right, guys, so I've been needing to make this video for a long time, but this is my 2021 Ram 3500. It is a Cummins. This truck is actually 6-speed swap, so it does have a G56 in it. It is the only one currently running and driving to my knowledge, but there may be another one out there. But yeah, so we built this truck for SEMA of 23. I've already took it there. I've been running it in the show world for probably about a little over a year now. It's won about every best Ram trophy ever, which that stuff's irrelevant, but that should show you the quality of the truck. I was pretty proud of this truck because me and Bubba did 90% of this ourselves, and it really came together. And as you see the truck in the starting of the video, it really looked a lot different than what it does now. But I hope you all enjoy this recap video. We're going to show you how we turned a pretty rough truck into, you know, an award-winning SEMA truck. So enjoy the video. Brian, you've been working like a little slave, man. Yeah. As you can see, the leaf spring hanger's almost gone. Y'all already got this side killed. We're gonna get that ground smooth with some old flappy disc. We need some more flappy disc, probably, don't we? Yeah. We got the spare tire carrier cut off. We gotta touch that up, grind down some right there, and start getting rid of all these useless brackets on the frame. We really didn't have to cut this off because it's kind of hidden, but it's kind of just I guess, an extra step of, we'll know about it. So we also got to get that cut off. They already got the parking brake cut out because we have to relocate the parking brake. We were going to delete it, and then we realized it's manual, right, Bubba? Yeah. And if I go to pull a boat or something with this, I think it'll end up in the lake. And we're also talking about rerouting the exhaust to go somewhere a little bit spicy. We did get everything back from powder, though. Looks good under there. We got our custom valve cover coming in here soon, hopefully. We got all these parts about to go to powder. We need to go ahead and get the U-joints broke down, send them off to powder. We're pretty much just gonna do everything white because I don't think we have time for chrome plating. but I also want to see how it looks just completely whited out. All right, guys, Brian's been killing it over here. He got the leaf spring perches ground off, welded back in, and smoothed flat. Front, rear. I had to get rid of the gooseneck prep stuff because we will never use it again, and the other bed doesn't have a hole for it, so it's perfect. And he's getting all this fixed up and sanded down, and we're gonna figure out what we wanna coat the back of this frame in. We're gonna pull the harnesses back, get everything out of the way, get this whole back sanded and prepped. I believe he's been cutting some on the axles. He cut these little nipples off for the coils, and he grounded that flat. So the truss, there's a plate that welds in there, and then the truss will weld there, 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 and there, and I think there's one small weld in the center somewhere here, but we're gonna fix that later. But yeah, he got these nipples cut off. We still have to cut the ones off the front, and then we've been measuring our rear drive shaft to see if it's gonna work. It actually looks like it's gonna, so lucky us. But yeah, we gotta cut these off too.
A few inches later.
Kind of didn't really give any context as to where we're going. There's a little bit of stuff to film here, but this is mostly a fab shop / their workshop. This is Resurrected Fab in Hernando, Florida. We're now at their shop picking up the lift for the 5G. Looks great. Guys did a killer job. They killed it in record time. Huge thanks to those guys. We've got approximately 22 inches of lift in the bed of this Ram 1500. She is struggling, but we're gonna make it. We got all our links, sway bar and links, steering, air tank brackets, cross members, trusses. We got a whole lift kit. So huge thank you to these guys. Let's go home. Got the lift unloaded. We have got a full 25-inch lift here, and we're about to send it today. Brian's about to start welding on the axles. We're gonna try and get as much as we can done. I do not think we're gonna make UCC. got to drill, what, 3 holes?
Yeah, just 3.
3 holes in this upper bucket, just to mount this top coilover mount. They actually did a really good job. That's a really nice mount. But yeah, Bub's drilling that. Brian's back in it here being a fabricator. He's been laying some dimes. Look at that. We are gonna have to modify the truss a little bit. There's a little bit more material than we need, so we're about to start cutting on it. Bub's getting the coilover mounts. We'll probably put the coilovers here together and start bolting on everything we can. All right, guys, we have got the lift, what would you say, 90% on? At least. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. UCC, don't know. As far as the lift goes, the cradle is drilled, ready to go. Frame's cut out, just in case you're wondering to put a cradle on a 50. And you do have a lot of frame modifications. And it is not a temporary thing. It is very much permanent. Yeah, you see all that down there? That's my frame. We don't care about that though. We got the front and the rear radius arms on, got everything tacked up, adjusted. We have measured everything. The bags are straight. The track bar angles are good. We got the shock tabs welded on. Brian is about to have a lot of welding to do. Luckily, Brian is a lot better welder than me and Bubba. All right. Yeah, so we got the front truss tacked on. Got the coilovers kind of hanging. This is not where anything in the front axle will be. We were just kind of doing a mock-up and making sure everything fit. And then once we do the final fitment, we'll worry about alignment and wheel placement and stuff like that.
1 pair of pants later.
I have a surprise for y'all. We've been waiting a long time on these. These were actually ordered for another truck and I changed the order. But let's take a look at my custom 30s. Show you how to mount a 30. First step, get a 30. Second step, get a tire. We have our massive 30-inch wheels with 44-inch Fury MTs. These are JTX Prodigies, white and milled 44s. We got the hood stack drilled on the 5G. Not sure what we're gonna do about the hood stack yet. We got to modify it a little bit, but it looks good. I think we're gonna leave it that stainless finish to kind of give it a little bit of contrast because of all the white that's about to happen on this truck. Also, got a lot of stuff back from powder. 2 calipers, some air tank brackets, all the link arms, the cradles, the rear truss, waiting on the axles and the rest of the stuff. But overall, everything looks really good. Tobin actually got some of the coilover stuff polished up. That looks good. And I think sometime beginning of next week and or end of this week, we will be ready to sling some parts on this thing. We are gonna tape everything off and touch up the frame some more. I want that to look perfect before we add our, spice to it. So yeah.
Eventually.
The white truck, all the powder came in for it. Super excited for that. I was getting sent pictures while I was in Atlantic City. Made me want to pack up and come home because I'm ready to see this thing together. But Bubba and Brian are working on it right now, getting the frame prepped, and we're about ready to go. Just got back from paint this morning. Still got to bring all the paint in, and I'll show y'all here in a second. But just wanted to take a second to show y'all what Bubba and Brian got done this morning while I was at paint. So, as you can see, we have a rear lift kit. The truss, the overlays, the rear air tank bracket turned out great. Again, huge shout out to Diego over at Resurrected Fab. But yeah, so axle housings look great. They came back from powder. They've got the rear track bar in, the upper truss set. The lower truss is obviously weld on. Everything looks great. Chad over at Alpine Customs killed the powder. Got the cradle just kind of hanging, not tight. Everything not tight right now while we're setting it all. We just set rear pinion angle, and we are we're ready to rock on this thing.
12 seconds later.
We've got our tail lights. If you'll notice, we actually paint the whole lens because they're actually bright enough to shine through if you paint them light. That's kind of something we do on all of our trucks, just as like a trademark. Got all the new bed skirts, all the new bed plastics, and everything already painted, ready to go. Got the antennas, the third brake, parking sensors. I've still got to order a couple more sensors, but everything's coming good. We'll probably put some of the painted stuff on today. Maybe put the antennas back on and the third brake back on. That way we can put the headliner back up. But yeah, good progress. We got the bags on. We are still waiting on our air tanks from Lowrider Depot. We've got all our rock lights mounted. These are Banff rock lights with a barn built 90-degree mount that we put on there. We've got 48 Banff high intensity rock lights for this thing. So she's gonna be bright. So somehow this worked. Brian and Bubba have took scraps and made a tool. I mean, I guess that's what being mechanics is. You make tools when you ain't got it. But yeah, no one makes a tool to do this, but we now own one and we are gonna patent this. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close the video out at that because if we scratch one of these, I'm gonna be not happy enough to finish this video. So hopefully we'll have it on the ground this week. That's the plan. fast forward to about 6 hours later. I have got 27 of the 48 rock lights wired up. I've got 2 different circuit breakers, one for the whole front side of the truck, one for the whole back side. So some of them are not hooked up yet, but majority of them are hooked up. We even left plenty of extra fuse spots for the future. Let's take a look at it. You can kind of already see how bright it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut the lights off and everything so everybody can see how bright these Banff LED lights are. We've got rock lights there, all the way around. One on each side of the frame right here, one up here. I mean, this thing is bright. And keep in mind, when the truck is raised up with the air in the rear, you're gonna get a little bit more height, which means even more light distribution. Now, the rear end does not have a dark spot. I mean, it is lit up. You will not miss it. And then you gotta keep in mind, you're gonna add your 4 fender well lights on each side. We're gonna have 4 in each fender well, and that will kind of light up this dull spot right here and disperse to both sides to kind of light up that too. I would say it's bright, for sure. There's no doubt that it's bright. As far as light distribution though, these are great. We have a ton of them inside the frame, everywhere. We've got more to run. Don't pay attention to the wires. That's a temporary relay and fuse that I hooked up real quick just to turn these on. We're gonna be using some type of accessory controller, but I'm not sure what brand yet. But yeah, these look good. Huge shout out to these guys. Great quality light, great people. That's really all it comes down to. We're gonna call it a night at that. We might film a little bit more tomorrow of us going to paint.
The next day.
Alright guys, we are at paint. There's our beautiful freshly color match bed. We have our one of one, FYI, no one's ever done this. Smooth tailgate, the handle is gone. He has a big girl in here, taped up. He's doing something a little special for us right now. But I'm so excited to see this thing finished up. Hopefully when this thing rolls out of the booth, either late tonight or tomorrow morning, looks great, and it kind of captures that vision of what we were wanting when we finally get it all together. But let's get to work. Me and the boys are back from paint. We've got the big truck. Huge shout out to Driveline Plus. They actually killed this drive shaft in record time, got it overnighted to us, and we had it before we even had the truck back from paint. Huge shout out to them. They really went over the top to make that happen and for us to have the drive shaft in time. We are going to have it polished. I'll probably have Tobin polish it at Music City if she makes it. But progress report. Y'all boys ready to not sleep for tonight, all night?
Yeah.
The gang is going to be here until this thing moves. Guys, long and restless night for the Fitzgerald Performance crew last night. Me and Bubba got out of here about, I think, 4:30ish, got home. I got showered, got a couple hours of sleep, and it's about 8 o'clock back at the shop. Big girl is finished up everything except some minor like interior trim. Those window seals are coming in at Dodge today, and then we got to pick up the mirrors from paint. Also, there's a little bit of overspray on the mirror or on the windows, but we're gonna steel wool them and that'll all come off. But me, Brian, Bub, pretty much haven't slept in the past 24 hours to make this thing happen. The drive shaft fits. We got some minor things to do, but I think we're about ready to start, aren't we? Yep. This thing has not ran in a while and has no diesel in any of the lines, so it is not gonna be happy. It's probably gonna hard crank for a while.
Three days later.
All right, guys, we are back from our maiden voyage at Music City. We were fortunate enough to be able to get this truck done and somehow take home the best Ram trophy. That's cool. Trophies don't really matter, but it's still cool to, you know, get recognition for a truck that we had a lot of time in. Let's get everything unloaded, and then I want to give y'all like a final look at the big truck. I feel like we kind of got it halfway done in that last video, and then we weren't like able to just full on show y'all all the little details. So let's get it off the trailer. All right, guys, so I'm gonna take a second to kind of tell you everything about it. I've got Bub here. Alpha Rex headlights from 23 Designs, the Overkill Fab grill that's light up. Diego did all the fab work on the truck as far as cutting the lift. We got Diego's coilover mounts, and we designed these like little stops that bolt into the factory shock mount to hold the resi. Frame overlays from Rim Shell Customs. The bumper is a chassis unlimited bumper for anyone that doesn't know. And then the hood stack was actually built by Joy Design. Mid-South LED sequential switchback door handles. We've got these rigid white out lights that turned out really, really good. We got the full Resurrected kit, air dogs. The tailgate looks great. Love the whole no handle thing. I think it's really different. A lot of people at the show really, really like that. Woo-wee. All right, guys. Yep. We got our fuse box cover, our fender braces. Got the 2G swap, coolant tank, and our new valve cover from King Speed. As far as the truck goes, I mean, she's, like I said, 95%. We just got to do that last 5 and all the fine tuning.
Later.
All right, guys, Bubba and Brian have got the air management almost finished up on Big Girl. We've still got to reroute the brake lines and the shocks, but it looks really, really good. We got our dumps here in the back in that far corner. Here's our switch. So we're gonna go down. All right, now we're gonna go up. Very, very fast. All right, bub, drop that mofo. Oh yeah. All right, go up. God bless, that thing's fast. We're gonna mount the rock lights in, non-painted. Go ahead and run the rest of the rock lights on the truck, and then before SEMA, we're gonna take the fender wells back out and paint them and paint the rock lights because we want it to be fresh. So we're gonna get to work on the lights. Bub, you wanna show them the mid-south handles? Woo, that grill is bright.
The grill will hurt you.
Yeah, the grill will hurt you. I will agree. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, no hyper flash. Everything's sequencing perfectly. Sweet.
346 minutes later.
As we finally finished our 5th gen hood mirrors, this is the final version. We did like 4 different cutouts of steel. Now we actually did the mirrored stainless. So we're gonna be installing it on the big truck before we leave for Showdown in the Valley. But it is so giant and so obnoxious, it's out that little window, that we really need to unload it off the trailer. Honestly, the mirror turned out awesome. One of the main things that I really like about this is we designed it to where it would clear a hood stack hole. So like I said, if you have a hood stack, if you've got a bunch of engine bay stuff done, it will clear it all. You're good to go. So these are gonna be dropping on the website this week. If you're watching this video, these are already on the website, and I've probably already announced the release. We're gonna start tear down on Big Girl today. We decided to push her up to today because we really can't delay on anything for this truck for SEMA. But we got the rear drive shaft out. We are about to pull the belly pan and then the T-case. And we're gonna be pulling everything out of this truck. But we're gonna pull the belly pan, gonna pull the T-case, and then we're gonna see what we're gonna do about clocking this T-case. Said transfer case is now out. But I figured out if we can get a drive shaft in this thing or not. I do think we are gonna have to rebuild this cross member. Unless we get super lucky and once it's clocked, it happens to clear it. But upon further investigation, both clock rings we have are the same. And the same happens to be wrong in both situations. That no fit, bub.
3 days later.
Our front drive shaft from Driveline Plus just came in. Bubba is gonna open the drive shaft and we're gonna see if we can make it work. And then it is raw, so we gotta see about getting it painted before SEMA. But Let's see if she'll work. That looks questionable. Oh wow. Okay.
It's got a sword at the end of it. You just don't know.
Was there a boot in there or something for that? All right. Well, it fits. If you're brave enough to lock that in full drive, you're better off standing by a live grenade, I think. But hey, guys, you said you wanted a front drive shaft in it. It's in it. It is no longer a pavement princess. We're going to the mud bog. Me and Bubba have actually been in the process of trying to build a trans cross member for this. We are not personally fabricators, and we do not have a fabricator here yet. So we've been improvising. Still looks great. Most of the parts that we're using are actually laser cut, so it all still looks good. But we kind of just designed this off of the old cross member, and we're hoping it works. But we almost got a trans cross member. We hope. I'm gonna finish weld this other side. Then we're gonna see how she turns out. Yes, so we got the cross member in Big Girl. Trying to 0.5 it where you can see it. We managed to get the hoop low enough where this drive shaft is gonna clear. We gusseted everything, and this is a solid piece of 316 steel that was cut out with a laser. So we shouldn't have any structure problems. This truck really doesn't see any strain. Not the easiest thing to put in, but not really that bad. And you can see how big of a T-case clock this thing has now. So we're gonna get this back out, get it to powder, and go pick up the drive shaft from paint and get this thing finished up and ready to go to SEMA. All right, guys, it's day 2. We're on Tuesday. Picked up some polishing stuff from a buddy of mine, and I'm gonna try and attempt to fix this. I am no polisher though. We're doing some touch-ups underneath. We have the front drive shaft and the cross member back. Already powdered white thanks to Chad. He stayed up late to powder it. And then we've got our front drive shaft. It's in 2 pieces, but we have it, and it's white, and it looks good. And we have hope that this thing might actually get done. Be a man.
You may have to help me put the tip in.
Oh, God. Oh, why did I moan? Did you open your nipple?
No, I ain't got enough hands.
Oh, baby. Now she's a-flowing.
Too much.
Too much. Guys, check out that elevated fuel cell. Or elevate, sorry, I keep calling them elevated. Elevate fuel cell. It's got a steel cradle that you can powder coat, and then it's an aluminum fuel cell. That thing really tied the truck together. You ready for this? I don't think it's gonna start. You can't start a 6-speed truck without the wiggle. Then neutral. I don't know if y'all knew this or not. We're gonna turn key on. Lift pump on. I mean, I hear it all loud and crap.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's on. I know she's on. When it quits running, I'll start it.
Yeah, I'd give her a minute.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we can get much. We only put 5 gallons in there. Oh, it quit. Hope you're ready. It's a unit. This thing.
It has to.
No. Nice. If you haven't seen the billet console already, and a shifter. All right, guys, we have got the G56 fit-in finished up for SEMA. She's actually 100% finished this time. We got our new cross member in, got our new front drive shaft, thanks to our boy Jeff. All the powders touched up where we didn't like it. Got it completely put back together as far as the lower cradle. Got some wiring tidied up, and we got our brand new fuel cell from Elevate. Love that thing. That really just ties the truck together. I know that's Bub's probably favorite part now. We got everything wrapped up. We were planning on putting stock bumpers on this, but the paint deadline was just not gonna happen, especially considering we have to change the front fender wells out. So after SEMA, this thing will be getting stock bumpers. If I decide I don't like it, if not, they will be going back on the single cab with some fresh paint. They needed repainted anyways. But this thing has turned out great. This has been a very challenging project for us. Yeah. It's been a lot of stuff that we've never done before, but we think we killed it, guys. Like, just to be honest, like, this is our first big truck we've built, and for it to do what it has and to go to all these shows and do as well as it has.
For 2 guys in the shop.
2 guys. It's just me and Bub, guys.
This is killer.
Yeah, I mean, for just 2 people, and a lot of it's, you know, outsourced, but we got some great people that we work with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Huge shout out to JTX and Fury on the hookup on the wheels and tires. Been sponsored by those guys for a while, and or just supported them for a long time, and it's great to see them finally give back on a build of ours. I think me and Bubba are actually going to drive the big truck to the gas station to kind of celebrate this little win for us. And you know, it's been a long process. We got a lot of hours in this truck.
We need a snack.
We do need a snack. I think we need to go get ice cream in the big truck. First time you've been in this thing?
I mean, I drove it when it was before we unduly swapped it.
Dude, she's bright. Oh, she's spaceship, bud. Has a little bit of rattles from the clutch in first gear. Really does not like first gear.
Dang, we got
It's
this
weird seeing the shifter.
pretty little light that shines down on it.
Yeah.
And around it.
Second gear.
Fancy.
Like, the video doesn't do justice how high it is. No, like, you're way above the road. We're above road signs. Like there's a fence. Those are probably 5-foot tall posts. We're way above them. It's surprisingly stable for how big.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I was kind of curious. Oh, dear.
Get out of the way.
You better stay over there.
Oh my God.
I mean,
no way he can hit the body. We got some fuel at the gas station. Me and Bub are gonna call it that. There was a lot of people coming up to talk to us, so we didn't really get to film. But I think we
did get a picture taken with a kid. There was a kid come got his picture took.
Yeah, kid came and got his picture took. That's what it's actually all about.
That's it, man.
Kids love this stuff, man. And I mean, we were those kids at one point.
Let's go pick my boy up.
You were gonna pick your boy up? Man, if you brought him to the shop first, I'd be okay with it. Your house is like 5 minutes from here, and
That is a long haul.
That's pretty brave in this thing. But we're gonna get back to the shop, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching the video. I will see y'all in Vegas.